Hi. Today, we're going to move on from the early part of the decisions activity and move on to looking at nonverbal cues. But we need to wrap up the decisions activity. So just a reminder that there were two things that you're supposed to complete for that. Let's see here. You were to join the discussion here, although there isn't other people for you to respond to, but to submit your opinion on that. And then finally, to take one of these scenarios and answer this for it. So hopefully you have that done by Wednesday, the end of the day. And then I would like you to move on to this consolidation quiz. So, in order to take the quiz, you must have submitted this. You won't be able to open up the quiz unless you have submitted this. And then once you've done that, I'd like you to take the quiz and don't worry about this activity at the bottom. We're going to skip over that. Then the next activity is taking a look at where are we here? Whoop. All right, so it's called Let's Talk, and it's talking about the various different ways that we communicate. And there's an extensive part of this talking about nonverbal communication. So a lot to read here. So please take your time, read through it. If you hover over top of these things, it gives you more context of what they're talking about. This activity here, you're going to drag the term that you think is most appropriate into the box here. If it's incorrect, it's going to throw it back out. If it's correct, it'll stay there, and then you can click on next. In order to be able to see this, you have to click on this and then click on allow. If you have an Apple computer or an iPad or an iPhone, Flash doesn't work. So hopefully you've got some other device. Otherwise, you will not be able to see these Flash activities. So work through those. Hopefully you can listen to Flash. If not, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to see this activity. This is really neat. Hand signals, you take for granted here in Canada that everybody understands them, but when you start traveling the world, you'll realize that what you are trying to suggest with your hand signal may be interpreted in a completely different way in a different country. So it tells you okay, this is what you're gesturing, and this is what it means in different countries. And you might find out that some things have completely different meanings in other countries. So then we get down to communication styles: assertive, aggressive, passive aggressive, and we've got some simple questions here that you're going to read over and then click to see what the answer is. There's a lot to read here. And then you're going to learn about your own communication styles. The very last thing that you're going to go through is this reflection piece. Okay, so once you've learned all this information about communication styles, I would like you to reflect upon it and submit your answers to this to your e-portfolio. All right, so hopefully you can get that done by Sunday.